Tiny Tots TV.
The Girl Who Defied the Sorceress. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Elara who lived in a grand castle with her stepmother, the Sorceress. The Sorceress was a beautiful but cruel woman, and she was jealous of Elara's beauty.
One day, the sorceress ordered a huntsman to take Elara into the forest and kill her. The huntsman took pity on Elara, and he let her go. Elara wandered through the forest for days until she came to a small cottage.
The cottage belonged to 7 dwarves who were away at work. Elara cleaned the cottage and cooked a meal for the dwarves. When the dwarves came home, they were so surprised and happy to see Elara that they invited her to stay with them. The sorceress was furious when she found out that Elara was still alive. She disguised herself as an old woman and went to the cottage. She gave Elara a poisoned apple, and Elara fell into a deep sleep.
The dwarves were heartbroken when they saw Elara sleeping. They put her in a glass coffin in the forest, and they guarded her day and night. One day, a prince came to the forest. He saw Elara in the glass coffin, and he fell in love with her. He kissed Elara, and the poison was broken. Elara woke up, and she and the prince were married. The sorceress was furious when she found out that Elara was alive. She tried to attack Elara at the wedding, but she was stopped by the dwarves. The sorceress was then banished from the kingdom, and Elara and the prince lived happily ever after.
However, Elara's story did not end there.
Years later, Elara and the prince had a daughter named Anya. Anya was a beautiful and kind girl, just like her mother. However, the sorceress was still not satisfied. She wanted to destroy Elara's entire family.
One day, the sorceress disguised herself as a governess and went to the palace. She convinced the prince that she was a good person and she was hired to take care of Anya.
The sorceress was very cruel to Anya. She made her work long hours and she never let her play. Anya was very unhappy and she started to cry all the time.
One day, the prince came home and saw Anya crying. He asked her what was wrong, and she told him about the sorceress. The prince was furious, and he banished the sorceress from the palace.
The sorceress was furious, but she was not defeated. She vowed to get revenge on Elara and her family.
The sorceress disguised herself as a peddler and went to the palace. She sold Elara a magic mirror that showed her the future. The mirror showed Elara that her daughter was in danger. Elara was very worried, and she didn't know what to do. She went to the dwarves for help, and they told her that the only way to break the sorceress's spell was to find the sorceress's heart.
Elara and the dwarves set out on a journey to find the sorceress's heart. They traveled to faraway lands and faced many dangers, but eventually they found the sorceress's heart. Elara destroyed the sorceress's heart, and the sorceress was finally defeated. Elara and her family lived happily ever after.
This is a story about the power of love, the importance of family, and the triumph of good over evil.